Welcome back. You have to see this video here. A woman is caught attacking another woman with an umbrella. It happened on a subway in New York City. It's not only bizarre, it's difficult to watch. Here's part of it.
Yo, what are you doing? It's too early for this.
Lady, obviously you have a problem, so just relax.
She's not even fighting you back.
Well, 911, please. Stop being disgusting. Oh my god.
Off! My bitches be like, chink.
What? What? Nah. Your white privilege ain't working over here, yo. Out of here with that racist.
Yeah, that is bizarre. Those racist rant that she went on. CNN correspondent Polo Sandoval joins me. Polo, in New York on the subway, you know you're going to be close to people. And we hear a guy say, look, it's too early for this. Then she goes into a racist rant.
And you know, I should mention too, Susan, as a New Yorker, as a daily subway rider, I can tell you it's certainly not unusual to encounter a somewhat tense situation. What is fairly unusual, though, is when things get relatively physical, which is what we saw here. This initially took place on December 11th. Investigators saying women bumped into each other, which is what initially triggered all of this. But then at one point, this woman, this 40-year-old woman who's been identified now as Anna Lushinskia, has been criminally charged. In the video, you can see her. She essentially takes her time, though, in removing her umbrella, and then, as you see there, attacks this 24-year-old woman. Investigators saying that at one point, one of the Good Samaritans had to step in to essentially try to break this up, and even went as far as to have to create a citizen's arrest, if you will, until the NYPD arrived. Investigators now charging this woman already with assault, and we also did some digging, found out that she has been she's run into some police trouble back in June when, according to the NYPD, she allegedly pepper sprayed two people on a subway platform. So it certainly just speaks to perhaps a disturbing nature of the situation here, and also obviously going to call into question just what other circumstances were at play here. But again, this is something that we have seen happen before. What is, however, fairly unusual is this, again, as we saw some of these people on the subway train step in to try to de-escalate the situation.
You said she's been officially charged, but what did police immediately do after this? Because now with everyone having a cell phone and a camera, we see the encounter.
Sure, absolutely. Well, this is clearly evidence here, as we mentioned, that she's been criminally charged, and there was a bond that was issued for her. But obviously, this is something that police are always on the lookout for. You know, to answer your question, something that I see every day when riding the subway here in New York. And it is something that, you know, we have to keep in mind that New York is one of the most diverse cities in the world. And to see this kind of behavior and that kind of racist slur, of course, it is extremely disappointing when you speak to New Yorkers on the streets here. And it's interesting when you play the video, because it almost feels like this collective gasp in the train the moment that she uses that slur. Because oftentimes, you know, we may just laugh off an encounter or an altercation as long as it doesn't get physical. But then, of course, things got very real once she used that racist slur, and that's when more people began to get involved, including that gentleman that not only captured the video, but ended up also affecting that citizen's arrest.